Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Verbling. I am teacher Oakley. And for the next hour, and actually the hour after, we're going to be practicing pronunciation. This is a beginner class. Of course, anyone may join. In this class, in particular, we'll be looking at past tense of regular verbs. Past tense pronunciation. I, personally, like this class because there are actually rules that you can follow. Very clear, concise, easy to understand rules that will help you determine the pronunciation of past tense ed. Past tense, for example, wait. I'm waiting for students. I wait. Past tense, yesterday I waited. Notice the ed is waited. Watch. Okay, you are now watching me. You watch. Yesterday you watched. Now the ed pronunciation becomes a T sound. Or burn. Ow, I burned my hand. Okay, I burned my hand. Now it's a D sound. Not id, not t, but D. So this is what we're going to be looking at in this class. Some simple pronunciation, past tense verbs, and we'll do some practices. We'll practice a little and practice speaking using past tense verb pronunciation. The class following this, we'll look at the pronunciation of S sounds at the ends of words because they are very much related. The past tense grammatical endings and the plural endings with S are very much related. This class we will look at past tense pronunciation, and next class we will be looking at S pronunciation. Okay, again, this class is the description. It's for beginners, but anybody who has problems, and many second language speakers do have problems with past tense verb pronunciation. I encourage anyone who's had issues with this to join the class. Hello, Mon.
Yeah, hello, teacher. How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks.
Are those chickens I hear behind you?
Sorry?
Do I thought I heard a rooster crowing.
Yeah.
Hey, Mon.
Yeah.
I can totally relate to that. I think I may have told you before that I live in the Philippines, and here there are chickens everywhere. Doesn't matter. Roosters especially. Doesn't matter if you're in the countryside or you're in the middle of Manila. You're going to hear chickens.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I am in the city, so don't have any chicken.
Oh, okay.
Here. Yes.
I could swear I heard a rooster. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mon. I don't think there's... where are you from, Mon?
Yeah, I'm from Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay. I thought so. All right. Okay, Mon. Let's work on pronunciation today, all right? There was a couple of handouts below the class description, which you or any of the viewers may, of course, access. I'm going to look at the Word document first, and we're going to talk about the three, yes, count them, three. There are three rules for pronouncing past tense verbs. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, first of all, before we get into it, you have to understand one thing. There are a couple things, maybe. All right. There are in the English language, we have vowels and we have consonants. Vowel sounds, the sounds made by the letters A, E, I, O, U, are always what we call voiced. And voiced. They're voiced sounds because when we use the sound, when we make a sound, our voice box, our larynx, will vibrate. I, E, O, U, U. Okay? Those are voice sounds when we're actually using the vibration of our vocal cords to vibrate and make a sound.
Teacher?
Yeah.
Is it sometimes we have Y sound? Y?
Y sound. Okay.
A vowel. Is it
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Y sound in spelling can be used as a vowel often. That's true. And sometimes it has a vowel sound. For example, in the word syllable. All right, words are made of syllables. Syllables are different vowel sounds. In the word itself, syllable, S-Y, it makes an I sound, like an I, syllable. You're exactly correct. Also, we have vowel sounds which we call diphthongs, which include a vowel sound and a Y sound. Sounds like I, like pie. It makes a Y sound. It's not in the spelling, P-I-E, but it makes a Y sound. So, yes, Y is very closely related to vowels, both in spelling and in pronunciation. Very good. And it is voiced, Y sound. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now, we also have consonants. Consonants consonants can be called contact sounds or movement sounds. Contact because our tongue or our teeth or our lips, something is touching something else. There's contact between our teeth and our lips, or our tongue and the top of our mouth. Okay, we have contact sounds, and we have movement sounds like Y. Y, yeah, yeah. I have to move my tongue in order to make the sound. It's impossible to say a Y or an R without moving your tongue. Try. It's impossible. You can't do it. All right. All right. Those are movement sounds. All right. Now, consonants can sometimes be voiced, but sometimes they're unvoiced. We just breathe. We're not using our vocal cords.
Just push the air?
Yes, just exactly. Just pushing out air. So, for example, in many cases, we have a particular type of motion. Our mouth does something, and we pronounce two different letters if we pronounce it voiced or unvoiced. For example, let's take an F sound, like fish.
Yeah.
Fish. You can see my teeth touching, biting, my top teeth biting, touching my bottom lip. Fish. But if I hold my throat and say fish, there's no vibration for an F. That's an unvoiced sound.
Unvoiced.
Okay? But if I pronounce a V, like volleyball or victory. Same motion with my mouth, v. But volleyball, victory. There's vibration in my throat. So a V is a voice sound. An F is an unvoiced sound. My lips and mouth are doing exactly the same thing. Except one, I'm using my voice or using my vocal cords, and one I am not. Just pushing out air.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so it's important to understand those concepts, those ideas, before we look at the pronunciation rules. Because there are pronunciation rules, it's necessary to understand voiced and unvoiced. For example, past tense. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of a screen share here with you. And for anybody outside the class. Okay. Okay, hang on. Give me half a second. All right, there are three, count them, three rules for pronouncing past tense verbs. Those are: rule number one, pronounce a T sound after all voiceless consonant sounds, like F, K, K, P, P, S, Sh, Ch, S, X. X is really like a KS sound. Okay, all of those sounds except T. We'll get to T later. Voiceless consonant sounds. So past tense verb. Can you think of a verb that the infinitive or normal present tense verb ends with an F sound? Can you think of one, Mon?
F sound.
Yeah, what's a verb that ends with an F sound?
F sound. Beef. 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 B. B-E-E-F. Beef.
Peef?
Beef.
What's peef? I don't know that word.
B-E-E-F.
P-E-E-F. I don't know that word.
Let me write in the Google chat box, okay?
Yeah, please. You're writing the Google chat box? All right, hang on. I have the Verbling chat box open. Beef.
Beef. Yeah.
B. B. Okay, B and P. B. B. B is voiced. P is unvoiced. Okay? Beef. Okay, all right, but okay, that's an interesting choice.
Because I just know that word.
Okay, but is beef a verb? Okay, we're talking about verbs today. Verbs are action words. Okay, so interestingly, beef, usually we think of beef, it is a noun, but in fact, you are not wrong. We have a phrasal verb,
yeah,
to beef up. If you beef something up, you bolster it, you make it stronger. Or a person who weightlifts, they beef up.
I have a verb. I have a verb. Is it laugh? Laugh.
Laugh. Like
laugh.
Laugh.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Better, but you need to open your mouth a little more for the laugh.
Laugh.
Okay,
laugh.
that's better.
Yeah.
There you go. There's more verbs that end with a GH spelling. Okay. It ends with GH if you're going to spell it, but really the sound. And that's crucial, actually. When we're talking about these rules, we are not, don't get fooled by the letters you use or the spelling. That's not important. It's the sound. Okay, so the word laugh ends with GH, but it makes an F sound, which is voiceless.
Yeah.
All right. So when we use the past tense, today I laughed, yesterday I laughed.
Laughed.
Yes. Straight from the F to the T sound. Sounds like a whip. Okay.
Do you hear a chicken?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, actually, in my next door have a chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken.
I have a question. We'll go back to pronunciation, but I have to ask you. I live in the Philippines now, okay?
Yeah.
And in the Philippines, many people raise roosters because they like to watch the chickens fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, same in Vietnam? Do they have rooster fights?
Fight in Vietnam, chicken fight in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I pronounce in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Do they have?
It is joy.
Ah, okay. So it is common.
Yeah.
Okay. In Philippines, it's called sabong. But yeah, it's very, very common. So there are roosters everywhere here. So, you know, it's funny when I hear roosters. Sounds like home to me. Sounds normal. Okay, very good. All right, there's a verb that ends with S, a voiceless sound, laughs. What's another example? K sound. What's a verb that ends with a K sound?
K sound. Oh, we have so many example. Cook.
Cook. All right. So try past tense. Yesterday.
Okay. Let me see.
Past tense of cook.
Cooked.
That's it.
Cooked.
You got it. Yes, cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked. I cooked a chicken yesterday.
Yeah.
I cooked my neighbor's chicken. Just kidding. All right, all right.
Yeah.
Another example, SH sound. The sound in ship. Shh. Or this sound. Shh.
Yeah.
Be quiet. Shh. Okay. What's a verb that ends with SH sound?
Fish.
Fish. Fish can be a noun or a verb. Very good.
Yeah.
You're right. Yesterday I fished all day. Fished. Okay. Any verb that ends with a voiceless sound, we pronounce the ED as a T, and we add the T directly on there. We do not say fish it. We don't add an extra vowel. Just fish. So example, the word fish as a verb, to fish, when we make it past tense, to fished, it's still one syllable. One vowel sound. I. Fish. One beat. Fished. Still one syllable.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now I learn pronunciation. I can make it correctly. But in the real conversation, when I talk very fast, I cannot make it correctly.
Well, you know, Mon, I can give you a little advice.
Yeah.
Okay, one. It takes, if you wanted to learn how to play basketball, for example,
Yeah.
you have to learn, you have to practice a lot to gain muscle memory. Muscle memory. Your muscles, your brain to your nerves, down to your muscles, have to remember what to do.
Yeah.
nobody can instantly play basketball. That's not possible. When we learn to speak another language, we learn muscle. We have to learn how to use the muscles in our face, tongue, lips, and mouth.
Agree.
Yeah, so it takes practice. There's no other way. It takes practice. But once you learn how to make the sounds, and you know how, but you have problems when you're speaking, one thing is just slow down a little bit. It's not bad if you need to speak a little slower so that you can sort of concentrate on your muscles and on where your tongue and lips and teeth are. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, but let's continue with past tense verbs. All right, so our number one rule to review: after unvoiced sounds, which are always going to be consonants, after unvoiced sounds in a verb, we pronounce it as a T. One other note here I have to add. Sometimes when we add grammatical endings being like past tense ending, ed, or add an s to make a verb plural or whatever. When we add grammatical endings, sometimes that makes really complicated sounds. For example, if we take the verb ask, to ask, I ask you a question.
Yeah.
All right. we take that verb ask. We want to make it past tense. How can I say ask in past tense, Mon?
Asked.
Very good. That's a little bit complicated. Asked. That's a lot. That's a mouthful. That's a lot for even a native speaker. That's a lot of sounds. So very commonly you will hear, for example, if you're listening to an English-speaking movie or television show, you will hear people reduce it. They reduce it. Okay, we have an S. We have three sounds. S, K, T sound. Asked.
Yeah.
All right? What commonly we do is we keep the S. We get rid of the middle sound. Okay? So you may hear it pronounced asked. We get rid of that K. Goodbye, K. Asked. I asked you a question.
Yeah.
This is fairly common.
So
right.
I will learn how to forget the key sound.
K sound. Yeah. Well, it's a common strategy just so that when I'm speaking English as a native speaker, I can remain fluent and I'm not sounding like a popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, ask. All right. Well, hello, Igor. How are you?
Hi, Oakley. I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we're talking about past tense pronunciation. Our next rule, time for the next rule. All right. Rule number 2. Those chickens are loud, Mon.
Yeah, man. Could you mute your microphone because dogs barking and animals?
Yeah.
A lot.
Mon lives in a zoo. No, I'm just kidding, Mon. Okay, thanks, Mon. It is cacophonous. There's a big word for you. Cacophonous. Lots of crazy noise. Okay. Rule number 2. Voiced sounds. Okay, after all voiced consonant sounds and vowel sounds. Well, as I discussed at the beginning of class, all vowel sounds are voiced. That's kind of a rule. So, rule number 2, pronounce just a D sound, D, after all voiced consonant sounds. It gives you a big long list here. B, G, J, L, M, N, R, V. Okay, there's many. And after any word that ends with a vowel sound, okay, except D, and we'll get to that in a second. So there are a lot of words that fit into this category, of course. Okay, for example, Igor, can you think of a word that ends with a B sound? Well, that might be hard.
What do you mean, a word that's...
A verb. Not just a word. We're talking about verbs here. We're talking about pronouncing past tense verbs. So what is a verb that ends with a B? Well, B is really hard. I'll give you one.
Okay.
Bob. Bobbed. Bob. You know what bob means?
No.
No? It's a verb.
B-O-B?
B-O-B, yes, indeed.
Okay.
B-O-B. To bob
It's a name.
Yes, it is. But it's also a verb.
Okay.
Bob is when something floats in the ocean. Okay, like a buoy. Floating in the ocean, and it tends to have a rocking up and down motion. It's bobbing. Okay, up and down in the water. All right. So, bobbed. Some people who fish, they have a little floating contraption, a little floating device, and when you go fishing, that little floating device floats on the top. And when it disappears, you know you have a fish. That device is called a bobber. Bobber. Okay.
And our word rubbed. Rubbed. No?
Oh, rub. Rubbed.
Yeah,
Very good. Okay, good one. Rubbed. All right, straight from the B to the D when we're pronouncing. No extra vowel sounds. Rubbed. Or robbed. Robbed or rubbed. Same thing. Okay. So one sound that's often confusing is the J sound. Really a J sound. J. Mon, of the chickens. Okay. Mon, can you think of a verb that ends with a J sound?
J sound. I don't remember any.
You can't remember any? Can you think of any, Igor? It ends with a J sound.
J, how is written this word J?
Well, it's a J sound like jump.
Oh, J.
Jump.
J.
Yeah. But words that end with a sound, there are no verbs that end with a J. It's not possible. But we have other combinations like D, G, E.
Could you say how to pronounce the word correct distance?
Distance?
Yeah, more natural for me, for example. Distance.
Okay. Distance. The stress is on the first syllable, 2 syllables. Distance. Okay, first syllable, stress. Distance. Distance.
Distance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Distance.
That's great. Perfect.
Yeah?
Okay. But a verb that ends with a J sound, and actually starts with a J sound too, is judge. So past tense, judged. It's very common in for many second language speakers to say judged. He judged him to be a bad guitar player, but that's wrong. He judged. You got to go straight from the J. Judged. Okay. Bridge can be a verb. Bridge is a noun. All right. Great. My pen makes a bridge between my fingers. But we bridged the gap in education. Straight from the G to the D. Because, again, it's a voiced sound. J, J. You can feel vibration. So when we have a voiced sound, it goes straight to the D. We do not add an extra vowel because that would add an extra syllable. I want to say hello to Fernando. Hi, Fernando.
Hello, good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. How are you today?
I'm doing fine.
Okay. Fernando, I need some help. Can you think of a verb that ends with a vowel sound?
Yes, for example, play.
Very good. Play. So how do you pronounce the past tense?
Played.
Perfect. Very good. Played. Very good. So you just add a D to the end of the sound, right? You don't, not played, nothing like that. Played. You don't add any extra vowels. Very good.
Yes.
Mon,
Yes.
what is the, okay, let's think of another verb with a vowel ending. What's the past tense of fly?
Flight.
Aha! Gotcha! That was a trick.
Flew?
Flew! Very good. Okay, I just wanted to remind everyone, we're talking about regular verbs. Regular verbs we can add ed to. Alright? These rules which we're discussing in this class are for regular verbs. Of course, they make no sense for irregular verbs like fly. Today I fly, yesterday I flew. Okay. Or flown, past participle. All right. Irregular verbs, of course, these pronunciation rules have nothing to do with that. So, sorry, Mon, you were my guinea pig to make a point there. Sorry about that. Okay, our last rule, and I actually think most important rule. Our last rule, if I could just share for a moment. Our last rule, rule number 3, you do pronounce id for any verb, again, regular verb, that ends with a T or D. Now, there's no real weird spellings for a T and D sound. It's going to be an actual verb that ends with an actual T or D in the spelling. All right? So, Dennis, how are you? Dennis, are you there? Is it Dennis
hello?
or Denise? Dennis. Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Where are you from, Dennis?
I'm from Russia.
From Russia. Okay. Welcome to the class. Okay. We're practicing past tense regular verbs. Dennis, can you give me an example of a verb that ends with a T or a D?
Past tense, you mean?
Well, no, it just said the infinitive form or present tense form of a verb that ends with a T or D sound, for that matter.
Connect.
Connect. Okay, so past tense would be, Dennis?
Connected. Connected.
Very good. This is the only case, the 3 rules, where we're actually going to add an extra syllable. We're going to add an extra vowel sound. Connected. 3 syllables. 3 specific vowel sounds. Connect. Only the verb connect only has 2 syllables. Connected. 3 syllables. All right. Very good. All right. Let's try some very basic practice. I'm going to do a screen share and just go around the room and have you guys try some of these, practice some of these words. Hang on a second. But, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to... Hang on a second. Give me half a second. Okay. I'm just going to go around and I want you guys to try pronouncing the word and then the past tense. Mon, can you see my screen share?
Yeah, I see.
All right, the word I highlighted here.
Yeah. Disgust.
Okay, the past tense discussed. Okay.
Discussed. Yes.
T sound because the S again is voiceless. Very good. Dennis,
Yes.
try this word.
I didn't see actually.
You can't see the screen share?
Yes.
Can you see the Verbling chat box,
Yes.
Dennis? All right, I'll just throw your word over there. There it is. You got it?
No.
Can you?
I don't know why.
Are you able to see the Verbling chat box, Dennis?
Yes, I see it. But
Okay.
I don't see any link in it.
Oh, I'm not sending you a link. I just sent you one word.
Belong, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think it must be a link.
Sorry. What's the past tense?
Belonged.
Belonged. Okay, very good. Fernando,
Yes.
can you see the next word? Whoops.
Ordered.
Ordered. Right. Okay. R is a voiced sound, so you just add a D sound. Ordered. Very good. It doesn't change. 2 syllables. Order. Ordered. All right, Igor. Next word here.
Complete.
Good. Past
Yeah.
tense. Mm-hmm.
Completed.
Good. Very good. All right. There's 4 of you. So, Mon,
Yes.
I want you to try the middle one here. Hang on a second. Try this one.
Proud.
Okay. All right. Your past tense pronunciation was good, just adding the D, but your vowel sounds. Borrowed.
Borrowed.
Borrowed. Okay, that's better. All right. Dennis, next word in the screen share. I'll write it for you. Dennis, you see that one? Nope. I guess not. Oh, Dennis is gone. Fernando, okay. Next word.
Owed.
Ode. Okay, very good. Igor.
Created.
Created. Created.
Created.
Okay. Now, this is interesting because we're also talking about syllables or individual vowel sounds in a word. Notice, correctly, Igor pronounced created. In the word create, we put in an extra Y sound. That's called a glide, all right? And we do that to separate vowel sounds. Create, 2 vowel sounds, 2 syllables. So it's 2 syllables. We add because we have an E and an A next to each other, we add either a Y or a W sound, which creates a bridge between the 2 vowels. Okay, that's called a glide, create. But you're absolutely right, it ends with a T sound. So past tense becomes created. Very good. Okay. All right, let's... you guys seem to have the idea here, so I think we can just jump into a new kind of exercise here. Give me half a second. Oh, wrong. Let me do a different screen share. We'll try something a little different. Okay. All right, we're just going to try reading some sentences here. I'll do a screen share. These would be on the second page of the PDF. If you have the PDF file, you can read along. Or you
I don't have the PDF. How can I get it?
Here we go. I need to start getting that link before I start the class.
I'm gonna. No, but in my chat box I can't find it.
Yeah, because it's not in your chat box. Okay, before you join a class, when you see the class description, there's always a couple. Well, not always. Definitely not always. But many times there are links or documents that you can download, PDFs or regular docs or even audio files in some classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can always download those before the class. And you should, actually. I can screen share anyway. I don't have the link to get the document. There is a link. I don't know. Igor, do you have it, or I don't know.
Yeah, where class description?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I'm looking for the links.
3 links. 3 documents. What documents?
Okay. Well, I was just talking about the 2 documents I had attached to the description of this class.
Here are 3 documents attached.
There are 3? I did? Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But one is the same. One is the same.
Ah, okay. Well, that's
with different names, I think.
Okay. There's some kind of.
No. It's 2. Sorry, there's 2 documents, but I thought it's here.
I'm downloading. I have found the links and I'm downloading.
Okay. Thank you, Fernando, for being more competent than I am. Okay. Thanks, Fernando. All right. Oh, goodness. All right. We're going to look at the on the second page,
okay,
past tense pronunciation practice. All right. So we have a dialogue here with Kathy and Tom. All right, where they're talking in the past tense, of course, and they're using a lot of verbs. And let's just practice reading the dialogue. Fernando, you can start.
Okay.
Kathy says,
Tom, have you started your diet? I hope you haven't gained weight.
Very good. Perfect. Gained weight. All right, Igor.
I boiled eggs and sliced celery for lunch.
Very good. All right.
Sliced, how to, with T sound or D?
T sound is correct.
Yes.
Even though it's spelled with a C, C, of course, is very tricky in spelling because it has different pronunciations. But it's an S sound, which is voiceless. So any verb with a voiceless sound, we're going to pronounce the past tense ED as a T. Sliced is perfect. Okay. Mon, let me hear those. Let me hear those chickens. All right. Next one.
Have you exercised at all?
Okay. I just want to point out that Mon used very good intonation as he read this dialogue question. This is a yes or no question. His pronunciation was good. Exercised. Now here we have an S in exercise, but it's pronounced as a Z. Z is, of course, a voice sound. Z. There's vibration in your throat. So you are correct. You got it right, Mon. Exercised. But also I wanted to point out, when you read the sentence, you said, have you exercised at all? Your pitch rose at the end of the sentence. This is good. It's a yes or no question, and it should. Very good, Mon. Just wanted to say good job. Okay? Fernando, continuing.
And I walked 5 miles and logged in the park.
Okay, your past tense pronunciations were good. Walked has a T sound. Jogged has a D sound, but we got to be careful of our J's, Fernando. And I know this is more difficult for you. This is harder for you in English, I understand, because it's not the same.
For me to create the past of a verb in English is the hardest part of the English language. Yes.
Well, for many people, you're not unique. But I did not have a problem with your past tense pronunciation. I had a small problem with the J in jogged. Could you try it one more time? That's better.
Jogged.
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 Yeah, I know. It seems weird, right? Going straight from the G sound to the D. It seems unnatural and not clean. It's strange. I know. I agree with you. Jogged. It is weird. But that's the way it is. Jogged. Sometimes, okay, let's talk about that a little bit. When we have those difficult combinations of letters, G, D, from a G sound, G, to a D sound, D. Okay, a native speaker in English, I'm not going to release that G sound, jogged. You can barely hear the G when I say it. I jogged. I jogged. You don't hear it because really what I'm doing, I'm not dropping my tongue. I'm not saying jogged. I'm not, in other words, I'm not dropping my tongue in the G, jog, and then putting my tongue back up and starting all over again for the D. D. Because a G sound, your tongue, if this is your tongue, you're on the middle of your mouth, G, and then D is in the front. You know what we do, actually, Fernando? We cheat. We do. We cheat. Native speakers will do this. Instead of stopping and starting with the G here and the D here, more down here, we'll go somewhere in the middle. Okay? And we'll say jogged. And then we'll only drop our tongue down once. Jogged.
It's strange, but I'll try to simulate it because I'm always struggling with this subject.
Well, maybe that will help you. I mean, seriously, when we have those difficult, weird things, they're weird for us as native English speakers. You're not alone. They're strange for us.
That's helped me a lot.
So we cheat. That's what we do. Okay. Igor, can you continue the dialogue, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you cleaned the house? Calories can be worked off that way.
Okay. I'm not sure about the first verb.
Cleaned.
Cleaned. Okay, it's a D. Yeah. Cleaned.
Yeah.
All right. Worked. I definitely heard the T sound, and that was good. Also noticed that this is actually a phrasal verb. Worked off. You work off calories. Burn off or work off. It's a two-part verb with a verb and then a preposition. But that doesn't matter if it's a regular verb or if it's a phrasal verb. These pronunciation rules are exactly the same. I just wanted to point that out. Mon, can you continue?
Yeah. I washed and wiped the floors. I even painted the bathroom.
Okay, a little hesitant there, Mon. All right, I washed, no problem. I'm sorry, excuse me, everyone. This word here, waxed. Can you try this one again?
Yeah.
All right, that's better. One more time, waxed.
Walked.
Waxed. Waxed. Okay. This is difficult. Again, we have that difficult, an X sound here is like a KS sound. So again, we cheat. K, if I'm just pronouncing K, again, tongue, top of the mouth, drop it. G. K and G sound are the same, except K is voiceless and G is voiced. So K, all right, here's my tongue again, and here's my mouth. S, is a voiceless sound, but I keep my tongue on the top of my mouth. So you know what I do? I actually just slide my tongue up as I'm saying it. Wax.
Wax.
I'm actually moving my tongue as I'm pronouncing that K and S. I'm telling you guys, we cheat. We do. We don't fully pronounce each sound that we sometimes teach in pronunciation. We cheat. Wax. That's better. Then we have the T after wax. One more time on wax.
Wax.
Okay, very good. Do you know the meaning of wax?
No,
Wax
I don't
the
know.
floors? Well, hard to describe, actually. Okay, when you put when a floor, usually wooden floor, you can add a kind of, well, it's not like candle wax, but it is, I believe it has paraffin or candle wax in it. It makes the floor very shiny. Or we use something similar to rub on a car. You wax the car. It makes it very shiny and protects it from water or other liquids, whatever. Okay, let's continue. Fernando, let's continue.
Okay. Yes. Who baked this apple pie? Who cooked this ham?
Very good. Cooked. Both of these, K sound, of course, K is voiceless, so both of these have T pronunciation. Baked, cooked, baked, cooked. Okay. Very good. Igor, next.
When I finished cleaning, I was tired. I prepared this food for dinner.
Okay. Finished. Very clear. I could hear the T sound. Of course, SH
Finished.
is voiceless. Starved. Okay, that was pretty clear for me as well. Prepared.
Prepared. D sound.
Prepared. D sound. That's right. Prepared.
Prepared.
Okay, so not bad with the past tense verb pronunciation. Now, Igor, with you. With you, I want to talk about this word. Cleaning.
Cleaning.
Yeah. You've got to be careful not to release the sound. This is very common for any of you viewers out there who are Russian or Eastern Europeans. This is very common with the NG sound. Like sing. You've got to be careful not to, in this case, with the NG sound, sing, you got to be careful not to release it. Don't drop your tongue. Or hesitate before you slowly drop your tongue. Don't fast drop, because then it sounds like a K. The first time you said it, Igor, it sounded like cleaning. This is very common for Eastern Europeans and Russians. Cleaning. You've got to, must be there's a sound that's very much the same. I don't know what it is, but very common.
So how to pronounce cleaning?
Cleaning.
Cleaning.
Yeah, that's better. That's good.
Cleaning.
Okay, try singing.
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 Sing, like la la la. Singing.
Singing.
That's better. That's it. That last one, that was it. Singing. Good.
Singing.
Singing. All right. Cleaning. Yeah, okay. Those are... Longing. Okay. Those are tricky.
Very weird sound. Not weird, but unusual for me because, I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Do not have such sounds in my languages.
And I understand that. Yes. You're right. Yeah, actually, I'm trying to learn Filipino language, and they have a word that's spelled NG. Like sing, NG. It's actually spelled NG. It's a word. really hard for me too. I know the sound from English, but I don't know how to make a sound without making a vowel. It makes no sense to me. So anyway, I can kind of relate. All right, Mon, next one.
Okay. Can you share the screen?
Next one, we're at, oh no. We're at Kathy. Oh no.
Okay. Oh no. I'll take this food. Hans will want to be tempted. I really enjoyed being with you. Your diet is great.
Okay, very good. Mon, I have to say I really like your efforts at intonation. Oh no.
Yeah.
Rising. You won't be tempted, and falling intonation. I like your intonation. Okay, as far as the verbs go, tempted, yes. To tempt, tempted, 2 syllables. Enjoyed, ends with a vowel sound. You just added the D. Very clear, very good, Mon. Mon, do you know what the word tempted means? To tempt?
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you know that verb? Oh, hard word to explain. If I tempt you, I try to get you to do something. I try to convince you to do something, maybe by sort of bribing you. Do you know bribe, Mon?
Sorry, no. I just understand. Do you want me to do something, right?
No, I'm just asking you if you know what tempted means. The meaning, dictionary meaning.
I can translate in. I can use the dictionary and translate this word.
Okay.
Yes. But I don't know how to explain to me. Actually.
Okay. You don't know how to explain in English.
Yeah.
But you understand in Vietnamese what it means.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, for those viewers out there, to tempt someone, I tempt you by kind of trying to bribe you. I will give you this pen if you pay 1 ticket for my class. A free pen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tempt people to the class. I won't either. Okay. But I won't give you.
Do you give for tickets of a class?
I'm lying, Igor. Pay no attention to the man in the window. I said I would give you a ball pen, but
it's too cheap. Ticket costs more.
You're right. No one is tempted by my offer. Okay. Yeah. One other thing, Mon. One other thing. Your pronunciation of, where is it? This word, home. Could you try it again? That's better. Home. It's the O sound. When you said it the first time, it sounded like hum. It's a much more pronounced, much more tense vowel sound. Home. Okay. Home. Better. All right. Last but not least, Fernando.
Yes. What happened? Somehow I missed out on all the fun.
Okay, very good. What happened? What happened? Okay, and as well, good for you too. Good intonation, rising. Actually, what happened should be falling. What happened? It should rise on happened and fall on und. What happened? Because you need an explanation. So questions. Where we need a yes or no answer, we rise, and when we need an explanation, we fall. Okay, but your past tense pronunciation, no problem whatsoever.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. All right, gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for joining me and practicing past tense verbs. Does anyone have any last questions before I end the class?
What is the meaning at last but not least? What you said to Fernando?
Last but not least.
Yeah. What
Okay. The last in order, but not the least important. Like that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. I gotta go because I have to start another class right now. My next class